Good morning, everybody. It's Imaginary Dreams once again, and welcome back. I've been gone for quite a while, but still been uploading to my Instagram. So if you have not seen a video for a while, you could still follow my Instagram to see what kind of artwork I have been posting. And following from my previous videos talking about what I would like to do going forward from the February event back in February. That was almost 2 months ago. I'm still going forward to build my fundamentals from the ground up once again. And at this point, I am doing this sort of project where I simply will copy and study. I don't want to say copy, but I'll get to that later. But to study this book that you can see right here, How to Think When You Draw with Lorenzo. And they actually recently had a Kickstarter campaign. I think it's it's not their second one, but it's for their second book, How to Think When You Draw Part 2. And I have already ordered my copy, and I'm expecting it to come around after September. There might be a little delay because I live in another continent, and so there might be some time for my books to come. But I have around 5 months at least to do at least the tutorial parts, and maybe I'll do a video sort of showing the whole book and what this personal project and study will take. But there are some pages where it's not necessarily lessons and not by the traditional sense of tutorials based on how they designed the book, but just examples, and I may consider to draw all of those, or maybe to skip those and just focus on the tutorials. Maybe in the pages where it only shows examples and ideas, I will simply do my own design based on those lessons, so to apply the lessons. And coming back to talk about the ideas of copying from a book that is referenced, such as this, isn't the worst ideas. The better idea maybe is to just get a more professional anatomy book, like something from, let's say, it's really not coming to my brain right now. Those sort of famous anatomy sort of books where it actually teaches you like proper figure drawing and the human proportions. This How to Think When You Draw is, let's be real, it's a little bit more cartoonish style and more Western cartoon style from traditional Japanese anime styles that might be a little bit more popular online, that we see many people love to do. And I have, of course, no problem with it, and I'll still need to study the anime style once I get through this book, no doubt about it. I sort of love watching anime myself all the time, but I simply don't have that kind of how to draw a Japanese anime book with me right now to reference. So I will continue using this book and using the resources that I have for now. And so, with that said, drawing straight from example is quite good for anybody when it comes to just studying whatever topic they're copying from. So within this book, it is about more expressions. If you follow my Instagram once again, the previous post was about anger, and that was around tutorial number 8. So it applies the previous 7 lessons actually with the shape of the nose, ears, and then a little bit on hair. Though the hair lesson was for female hair and not male hair, but regardless, it really takes me out of my comfort zone where I still struggle to draw sort of faces and even struggle to see what cartoonish faces should look like. I still feel like uncomfortable basically to draw any kind of cartoonish face, feeling like it's not enough or it's not good enough or stylistically not proper, and sometimes it is certainly sort of good enough or enough work has been done. I still have not really found that sweet spot that I am happy with, basically. On the other hand, might be because most of the lessons that have been taught at my school has gone through proper like realistic anatomy, and so I'm still seeing the need to just go for more realistic proportions or realistic facial features and struggle to keep things simple sometimes. When other people and my fellow friends who are much more skilled and much more experienced before coming into these types of classes, they have already been drawing and found a certain style to their drawings for quite a while, so they have an easier time. But this is neither here or there. I'm just simply starting all over again, wanting to build a stronger baseline, basically a stronger foundation. And I think starting with this book would be a fun journey to see what a Western cartoon style might have to offer and the different styles that I could pull out from this book in the future when I decide to ever draw my own comic or design my own stories one day. And it's really good, I think, to sort of invest sometimes into books, even though we could easily get sort of free PDF files of references or online, since the library online is almost unlimited to us. Anything we want could be found online, but there's certainly something special to be able to hold a physical book and a sense of responsibility, I think, at least to my experience and why I choose to get physical books from time to time, that there's a certain responsibility that I can sort of see and touch it and that I need to sort of draw, and it certainly helps me and push myself to actually draw more often than just have a whole file after file, gigs after gigs of sort of individual images that sometimes we may never open at all, and just sort of keep saving references but never pulling them out to actually draw them. And everybody will be different. I'm just sharing my own experiences basically on how I see myself sort of drawing, and sometimes I don't get enough practice that I should, and I think this is, for me at least, a good step to keep drawing and sort of find a certain style, is to also study other people's style, see what I like and dislike, what comes to me more naturally or what is actually fun to draw, you know. Not all of these faces are necessarily quote-unquote fun, but some of the expressions are really quite fun and expressive, and I think those will be quite useful in the future whenever I want to draw again whatever comic or story in the future. And hope you guys sort of join along in this journey. Once again, I'll be sort of posting or try to post daily, except on the 13th where I'll be flying away, but maybe I'll try to post whenever I can between the 13th and 21 of April, but I'll be flying away to some other place for a small holiday. So yeah. But for streaming wise, like what you're seeing right now, this is just a stream from 3 hours of drawing all 56 or so faces. I'm recording this after the fact. I don't have the image with me, but still quite a lot of faces in 56 3 hours or 56 faces. And I'll be streaming at D Live. If you haven't heard of it, apparently PewDiePie is moving there, so it's like, since I haven't been streaming on Twitch at all and D Live seems to be new and upcoming, why not give it a shot? So you should find a DLive link in the description of this YouTube channel for you to find me streaming in the future. With that said, I hope you all have a wonderful day, and I'll see you all next time. Good night.